in this particular stack are some books that I would like to classify as my favorite reads. These are the books that I just love, that I remember, that just changed my way of thinking. And I just decided to come on here and talk a little bit about them. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This was my first sci-fi read, and it was something so different from what I've read before, and it just sucked me completely in. It was like reading a scientific fiction movie, scientific, whatever that word is. It was like a movie. It literally read like a movie. I remember everything about this, and it was all around just great. Like, it was, I just can't explain it. If you've ever never read this book, I highly suggest it. I want to read Recursion by him as well, so 5 star. The Ballad of Never After. This is the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, which comes after the Caraval series. Specifically, this book makes it, because it was something about the way that Jax, I just can't explain it. All I can say is Jax. That's all I can say. This book was amazing. It was the ending, the cliffhanger that it stopped on. Overall, 5 star. Next, I have 2 Harry Potter books, The Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows. I chose The Half-Blood Prince because we all know this is the best, in my opinion, the best book in the Harry Potter series. It's just, I just can't explain it. I don't want to give any spoilers, and I said I wasn't going to rant on these, so just take my word for it, the best book in the whole series. And then I chose Deathly Hallows because it's just like, only because of the ending. I love how it tied up Harry, Ron, and Hermione and showed their families and everything, and it was just so, it was like tied up neatly with a bow on top, and I loved it. The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the second book in the Poppy War series. Granted, I have not read the 3rd book, but this one was so good. Like, it was so action-packed. The scenes were epic. The dialogue, the politics were easy to understand. Everything about this book was great, and I know that this 3rd book is going to be crazy because Ren does not play about her get back. Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. This really captivated me. It was so emotional, so powerful, so I love Shannon. I love that Shannon grew a backbone. It was just so amazing. Although it was a little tragic, something that happened in this book, it was tragic, but I feel like, I hate to say it, but I feel like it needed to happen so that Shannon can break out of that shell and become who she really wanted to be. And I love that Johnny stood beside her no matter what. I love the fact that Johnny stood beside her, and it was just so emotional. Johnny is the ideal boyfriend, I promise. And then her brother Joey, I'm excited to start reading about him because Joey is so troubled, and it's just because of his childhood, and I'm glad that she made a book because I'm really excited to read what him and Aoife went through, and loved it. Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. This book was so really, I have no words for this book. This was one of the first 5 stars I've ever given the book. It read like a movie. It was so fast paced. It's about 2 dads who had 2 gay sons. Well, each of them had a son, and those sons were gay, and they were married. I think they were married, and they got murdered. So they're going on this hunt to figure out what happened to them, and it was so, I say tragic a lot, but something in this book was tragic, and it was really sad, but it was so beautiful at the end how it all got tied up. And if I could reread this book for the first time, I would really want to, but man, it was really good. Demon's Dream by Elle Kaysen. 5 stars, whatever you want to say. It's wow. I don't read too much urban fiction, but this book here, 5 stars. 600 pages felt like 2. I flew through this on my Kindle. It was so good. Demon, crazy. His friend Smoke, I think that was his name, crazy. It was just so, oh my gosh, if I could reread that book, I really would. And it's like, if y'all have recommendations like Demon's Dream, let me know, because that book had me clutching at my pearls. It was 600 pages of pure, I don't even know. Great book. And then lastly, I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. I will forever rave about this book. And it was just, I think because I grew up watching her on TV is why I like it so much, because the way, the stuff that goes on behind like the camera, you will never know unless they come out, of course. But it was just so touching and heartbreaking and crazy to see what all she went through and what made her into the woman she is today. And it was just so captivating and so emotional, and I loved every bit of it. I cannot believe I forgot Miss Blake on this video. I can't believe that. One for My Enemy. Y'all, this is probably one of the best books I've read. It's like top 3, guaranteed. How did I forget about you, ma'am? I don't know, but yes, One for My Enemy. If read it, read it. I know it's backwards because I ain't doing no inverted math, but read it. You can read.